Alright, so now, listen, sisters. Are you in a Greek fraternity?
Sorority.
Sorority? Okay, what about... Huh?
We both are.
You both are? What's the name of the sorority?
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority.
Okay. Is that of God? Is that of God? Think so? No, it's not. It has nothing to do with God.
Alright, y'all.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Much love.
Hey, give me Proverbs 28:1. There it is. Give me Proverbs 28:1. You got that on camera, right? All right.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 1. The wicked flee when no man pursues.
Hey, nobody did nobody no harm. But the second you bring out something that gives them pleasure, that sorority, everybody run.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. The Israelites have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, as prophesied in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Here in Israel United in Christ, we need your help to recover the remnant of our people, teach them the gospel. Please help us, support us, and join or donate to the Booster Club today. Shalom.
My sister, what's your nationality, right? You black? What about you, sister? You black. All right. Now, black is the color of your jacket, your hair, so on and so forth, right? All right. Now, that's just the color in the crayon box. African American, would you say that? Also, if you had to put job application?
Yeah.
All right. So Africa comes from a man named Lil Scipius Africanus. Okay? That's a white man. America comes from a man named Amerigo Vespucci. That's another white man. Can anybody be born from two men? No, so by default, we're not African American. I'm going to tell you how that title was given to us. Read this script.
The book of Psalms, chapter 49, verse 11.
Bring it out.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
The there that's talking about is the so-called white people. Watch this. I'm going to prove what I'm saying.
And their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Right. This is how we say America, right? Amerigo Vespucci. They call their lands after their own names and their property after their own names. What's your last name, sis? Williams. That was given to you by your oppressor.
That's right.
Days and your ancestors. Same as you, my sister. What's your last name? What's your name? Spoonie? Okay. Yeah, that was given to you by your oppressor back in the slave days. Right. If we were free, we would still not be on the same land our ancestors picked cotton.
That's right.
Give me Deuteronomy 28 real quick. I want to touch on a point to get to your nationality. Give me verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Bring it out!
But it shall come to pass.
So this is something. Y'all know about the history of Moses? When he had led the children of Israel through the Red Sea?
Not really.
Okay, well, Israelites were in slavery in Egypt, right? They needed deliverance. Moses and Aaron started to teach the people to let them know to come back to God. They came back. And then we got delivered from Egypt through the Red Sea. And then now he's teaching all of them after deliverance. And he's saying, all right, do this, you'll be set above everybody. But if you don't, then this is what's going to happen. Read this.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So if you don't listen to what God says,
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day,
so you don't do the commandments that's in this book. Read.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So is curses a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad.
Bad. Right. Now let's listen to a couple bad things that happened to us and the Hispanics also. Give me verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Right. Our sons and our daughters will given to another people. Right. Look at this poster right here. What? Show it. Tell me what you see on this these photos right here. Tell me what you see.
Captivity.
See captivity. It's a broad word, but it's correct. What about you, my sister? Miss Spoonie, right? What you see? Slavery. Okay, yeah, and you also see us being sold on auction blocks. You see us being sold on auction blocks, chains on our neck, us in misery, right? But it says our sons and daughters, because some of these are children. It says our sons and daughters will be given unto another race of people. Read on.
And thine eyes shall look, and fill with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
Now, that only happened to one race of people, us, correct? We had no power to get our children back when the slave master grabbed them and brought them to a different plantation.
That's right.
Y'all seen Django before? So you probably would know what I'm talking about when I say that. Or 12 years a slave. Right. All of those things, that's historical facts and just put in movies, but it happened to us just over about 300 years ago? Maybe less. Birth of a Nation is another one. Verse 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Now these curses are indicating signs to say who is who. And then at the end of it, I'm going to ask you a question. Verse 48.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Now pause there. What does it mean when it says we'll serve our enemies? I'm going to ask. Huh? Oh, you getting it. But is it just them?
No.
Who else?
Anybody who isn't us.
Anybody who isn't us?
Right.
All right, name some. I like where y'all going. Name some nation that's not us.
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to name a couple for you. Arabs, Africans, Chinese,
Koreans.
Japanese, Koreans, East Indians, all of them. If it's not the blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, yeah, hold that up. Because this is the other nations also selling us.
Right.
So every nation that's not our nation is classified as our enemy. But here in particular, the main one that's over us is a so-called white man.
Right.
Who portrays himself as Jesus Christ when that's not how he looks.
Yeah.
All right, read the verse one more time.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent them against us. Why? We read it in verse 15. You don't know? My sister, Miss Spoonie, you know why the Lord sends our enemies against us? Because we read it in verse 15. You don't know? All right, now verse 15, it mentioned that because we didn't keep the commandments. So when we didn't keep the commandments, he said, I'm going to send your enemies against you. All right, that's the whole premise of this whole chapter. Okay? Verse 48, read on.
Which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
So now if you want food, what was your last name one time?
Williams.
Miss Williams. All right, Miss Williams. If you wanted food, where do you go to get food? Go to the store. All right, name a store. Kroger. Aristida, okay. Walmart, Kroger, you said Kroger going out of business anyways, but still. Who owns those places? No, it is white people. We had to look it up. It is white people. None of it is us. We don't get the food at all from us. And even, let's say for example, they did own it, right? The white man still has to choose what goes inside the stores.
That's right.
They have control over all of that. They own the farms, they have control of the agriculture.
Right.
So they control our food distribution. Read on.
In hunger and in thirst.
If you don't pay your water bill, who cuts it off? The man who's the man? White man.
Right.
Tyrone up the block can't turn your water back on. He can't grant us, our people don't give us mercy. We can't grant each other mercy on that because we don't control it. Our enemies control that. Read on.
And in nakedness.
So the clothes that you got on your back. Now, I always say his name. P. Diddy, he got Sean Jordan. Jay-Z got Rockaway. But we don't own the textiles to create the clothing. Our enemies own the textiles to create the clothing.
Teach,
Okay, read on.
And in want of all things.
So if you need anything, your history, because you had to actually come up to your own people to ask about your nationality. When there's a college, y'all go to this college? Wait, y'all went to Central? Did y'all learn your nationality there? But that's my point. That's a historically black college, but they didn't know. Only the prophets know. The prophets are the only ones that can bring it out.
Right.
Okay? So if we wanted to go know anything about our own nationality, we have to go to our enemy. If we want to know how Christ actually looked, we have to go to our enemy. He gonna say that he looks like them. Okay? If we need a birth certificate, death certificate, whatever the case is, we have to go to our enemies. Does this fit anybody else in the planet? No, it's only us.
Right.
I'm getting to a point here. Just follow me. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So who that happened to? Yoke of iron on the neck. Us. It says he. That same enemy will put a yoke of iron upon our neck until he have destroyed us. It's on your flyers too. That same enemy. That's what it's talking about inside the King James Version Bible. It's not in no other Bible. No, they all tampered with every single, what's it called? The NIV, the New International Version, ESV, all of those are tampered with. They have scriptures pulled out The Apocrypha isn't in it. Y'all know what that is? That's the books that they stripped out of the Bible to prove also more who you are. Yeah, you can. It's in the 1611 Bible. The 1611 King James Version Bible. That's where it's at. And it's in Barnes & Noble, actually. If you just go up there, you'll buy it. It's right there. Amazon has it too. But here's the main kicker, verse 68.
Verse 68.
So this is further proving who we are.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So now, Egypt, we were in slavery in Egypt. So when it mentions Egypt, it mentions bondage. So he said, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt, or back into bondage again. How?
With ships.
How do we get over here? Ships. That's what the Bible talking about. He said, you people that's going against God's commandments, if you don't listen to what we're saying, if what the Bible is saying, you will go into slavery again on ships. That's only us.
That's right.
That's the only people that it's talking about. The whole Bible going forward, even from Genesis, it's only talking about the people that came on slave ships or that were colonized. The Hispanics and the Native American Indians were colonized on this side of the world. They were colonized. That's the whole purpose of the Bible. God isn't all-inclusive. He don't love everybody.
That's right.
He don't love everybody. The so-called, he says it himself. Read verse 1. What's that? Yeah, 28:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So if you do listen to what God says, go ahead.
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high, above all nations of the earth.
So he said he'll set you on high above all nations. Above all nations of the earth. Does that sound like it's equal? No. If I'm setting you above her, that means I'm placing you on higher than her. And I don't look at y'all equally. That means I would like you more than her. Right? That's what he's saying. Israel, read verse 29 verse 1. I'm going to show you who he's talking about. He says, Israel, I'm going to set you above everybody if you start keeping the commandments. And this is who he's talking about, 29 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Right, and that's who he's talking about. When he said that you will go into slavery again on ships, he said he's talking to the Israelites.
Right.
Right? So that automatically should delete black, African American, Jamaican, whatever the case is. So understanding now that you're Israel, right? What do you see yourself on this sign? Judah. My sister, you would say the same also, right? Judah. Guess who came from the tribe of Judah?
Bring it out.
Give me that. Hebrews. Guess who came from the tribe of Judah? It was a mighty man, the greatest man ever walked the planet. Take a wild guess. Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Jesus Christ had a tribe. That's something that's not brought out. And he came from the mighty tribe, the same tribe that y'all were born into. Give me that.
Hebrews chapter 7 verse 14.
Bring it out.
For it is evident
So it's very clear through reading the scriptures that what?
that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
That our Lord was born into the tribe of Judah. Now, and not through immaculate conception. He was born by his mother and father, having sex, born into the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Okay? But guess what? The Jews had a certain color. Give me that, Jeremiah 14 and 2.
Bring it out.
The Jews had a certain color. Give me that, Jeremiah 14 and 2.
The book of Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2. Judah mourneth,
So Judah mourneth.
and the gates thereof languish.
So the gates, all that means is the leaders. Our leaders have failed us is what this Bible is saying. Right? Let's name one. They called y'all African American. Jesse Jackson, he started that crap. Okay? And then it started to change. Afro-American. Some of your parents are older than the nationality given to us today. Jesus Christ is a black man. He's not white. First and foremost, that's according to the Bible. That's not my own emotion. Hold that real quick. Give me that.
Bring it
That's
out.
the color of Christ.
Bring it out.
Give me that. Revelation chapter 1.
Bring that out. Bring that out.
Come on.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. We have been taught that he was white. Is he actually white? Let's see what the Bible says.
Bring it out.
Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John,
So he sent these words unto his servant John. John the Revelator, right? Read verse 2.
who bear record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ.
So he bear record. So what he saw, he wrote down, right? Now watch this, verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So now, pretend for a second. I'm John, right? He's looking at Christ. And he's scoping him out. He said, okay, his head and his hairs were white like wool. So he's looking dead at him. Hair on his head and on his beard. Woolly. Who has woolly hair?
I do.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Woolly hair.
Right.
Is this woolly?
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's the devil that the Bible speaks of right now. That's not woolly.
Strike one.
That's dog hair.
Right.
Read that one more time.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Just how white and woolly Grandpa's hair is just how his hair looked.
Right.
Right when he's looking at it, he's scoping them out. Read on.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So now the whites of his eyes was the flame of fire. So it was red. That's all it saw. It was just red. You know why it was red? What was his first miracle? You know? Okay. The part that I actually like about this, I'm gonna tell you, is it's like a new introduction of the Bible to you. You're not coming with a whole bunch of stuff. I actually like that. Let's get that. Genesis 49 and 12.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 12. If anybody else try to show you these scriptures, they must go. Because if you notice, everything I'm saying, I'm pulling the scripture for it.
Right.
If they're not doing that, they're not teaching you good word.
Right.
Read this.
The book of Genesis chapter 49 verse 12.
Bring it out.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
So his first miracles is turning water into wine. Y'all heard about that before?
Yeah.
Right. He drunk the wine in moderation, though. He wasn't a drunkard.
That's right.
He drunk the wine. So his eyes shall be red with wine. So that's what it's talking about here. Now, verse 15, here's the part.
Verse 15. And his feet.
So now, John, looking at him, sees that, okay, and his feet. So if I also look at your feet, it'll be the same color as the rest of your body, right? Okay. He said, and his feet.
Like unto fine brass.
So it's just like, what color is brass?
Right.
Yeah, brown. You know, think of a penny, right? Y'all took English says, you know when it says like or as, it's a simile, right? So it's comparing something, right? So he say, okay, his feet, it's like fine brass.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned, past tense, it's already done burning. He says, as if they burned in a furnace. So if I took anything, especially a penny, and burnt it, what color it come out? So that's what color Christ actually looked like.
That's right.
He was a black man.
Right,
That's why
right.
it said the Jews are black.
That's right.
In Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2 that we just read. Genesis 2:7, it says, hey, that he formed man from the dust of the ground. And that dust is brown, different shades. So now, alright, so where did our enemy come from? That's the things that you have to know. Your nationality, like who you are and who your enemy is. You know who your enemy is? Who's your enemy? It's not just them. Huh? Yeah, it's any other nation that's outside of us. It's any other nation. Now, is that saying to revolt against them? No, that's not saying that. The Bible tells you, give me that real quick, Romans 12. Give me Romans 12. Yeah, verse 18. Read this.
Romans chapter 12 verse 18. If it be possible, as much as life in you, live peaceably with all men.
Right, so if it be possible, live peaceably with all men. You have to live peaceably with everybody. Knowing your nationality is an exciting thing, especially if it's never been taught to you. How old are you? 25? 24, okay, very young. It's a good time to learn this truth and then grow your mind towards what these scriptures is talking about. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Here's the big question. How did we get over to this side of the land again? What was the reason why? Yeah, we was brought. Why we were brought over here? Slavery. We was brought over slavery, but why? Right, because we didn't keep the commandments. So now I'm gonna give you a commandment. I'm gonna give you a couple of commandments. I want first Deuteronomy 22, verse 5.
Bring it out.
I want Deuteronomy 22, verse 5.
Bring it out.
All right. This is the reason, because we keep these commandments, is why we're still on the same soil our ancestors picked cotton. And we just proved it. The Bible talks about this. So let's read this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So let's break this down. It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertains or belongs to a man. What is it that women wear today that belongs to men? Pants. You agree? Pants. Read on. What's this?
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So now let's make it neutral. What it's saying is don't cross dress. A man, if y'all saw us out here in dresses, y'all probably wouldn't even stepped over here. Y'all probably they're like they're gay. And they kept it moving. Keep it hot. I know everybody talk about that they neutral on the thing, but no, people have a decision, they just don't say it because they don't want to get revolted on it. They kind of hide at it. Y'all saw us in dresses, y'all like, shady right there. But that's what it's talking about, cross-dressing. So when it says a woman should not wear, so now you wear a dress, right? How long should the dress be? You say past your knee? What about you? You say the same? Are you just agreeing with it, or you actually think that? Okay. You don't wear dresses like that? You gotta start, because think about it. The reason, y'all know, alright, sisters get yeast infections. Yeah, but you know why? Y'all need room to breathe down there. Y'all need room. Leggings, that's underwear, just letting you know. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. Leggings is fine to wear if it's underneath your dress. It's meant to keep you warm. Our native Indian sisters, Tribe of Gad, Reuben, so on and so forth, they wore it. It's not like it's new, they wore it, but it was underneath their dress, so that way they can stay warm. Usually one of the excuses that we hear is that sisters don't want to wear a dress because, oh, it's cold outside. No, there's things you can wear under it. Men, we wear long johns, you know, under our pants. Sisters got leggings that they can wear. They have winter leggings that you can wear underneath your dress. Yeah, it can be soft, easy. But no, it's not just the dress though. Yes, it has to be, you know, below your knee. Make sure it's flowy, not hugging all it, because y'all look at yourself in the mirror, right? Sisters do that thing. I know you do. Yeah. But you have to make sure that it's flowy, that you're not throwing no curves. Give me that. 1 Timothy 2, modest apparel. Y'all know what's the definition of modest? Y'all know? Leave it something to the imagination? Okay, what about you? Come on, my sister.
Classy.
Classy? Okay, you say classy?
I don't know.
All right. I had read it numerous times. Check this out. Modesty, all it means, they have a couple definitions, but there's one that's of a woman. And it just means not dressing or appearing to draw sexual attention to oneself. So when a sister's in pants or showing cleavage, right? What kind of attention you think she attracted?
Yeah.
The wrong kind of attention.
Make it plain.
That's a big reason why a lot of our sisters get pissed when they come across a deadbeat ass dude. But look how you dress. You have to take that into consideration. Okay? Read this.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So that women they dress themselves orderly, and they dress themselves showing respect. You show a certain level of respect to yourself when you know you don't have to show your curves and all that stuff just to get, you know, the right kind of attention.
Right.
You show a certain level of respect to yourself. Now, if other sisters do that, hey, and they don't want to adhere to this, then let them do their thing. Our oppressors started that.
Right.
Our oppressors started that garbage.
Right.
Okay? It was what? Amelia Bloomer back in the 60s. She was, hey, y'all saw the photo? Girl going like this? You know what I'm talking about? Had the do-rag on? No, it was Amelia Bloomer. She had the old, like the strong arm up. Showing it had the red do-rag on. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. That was the photo, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. There we go. And now Amelia Bloomer led the whole thing. I'm sorry, you're right. Now, off of that was around the time when the feminist movement started to really kick play.
Right.
But it had nothing to do with us. Y'all was fine with y'all black men at the time, but y'all started to listen to the white woman. She was pissed at her white man because she did not have the same equal rights or power as her white male or superior had.
That's right.
So she wanted that same level of power. And so what she did to get numbers, she got the black woman and said, hey, come march with us. Y'all follow the law. Hey, sisters, real quick, y'all followed along right with it. And then once y'all followed with it, y'all took on the dress code, the mindset, and then y'all started to tell y'all men who y'all had no problems with before who wears the pants in the relationship.
Right.
That's what started. That's how that came on, and now came all the way to today. That's how that started. Y'all need to fuck. Hey, listen, we came here together. Why the hell y'all gonna go against your men now? We came together, we leaving together.
That's right.
That's how it's gonna go. We gonna get delivered from this place, but we gonna have to keep these laws first. Right. So it says, in like manner, women adorn themselves in modest apparel. Read on.
With shamefacedness and sobriety.
So it was shamefacedness. So when, you know, you have to have a certain level of way that you talk to somebody too. You know, you don't necessarily be, I'm not saying they all do this, but if you do, then if the boot fits, you know, wear it. If you're talking to somebody, you know, you don't necessarily gotta be all up inside somebody's face. All of that, you ain't got to be doing all. You have to have a certain level of discretion the scriptures speak about. It's said to be discreet. Okay? There's a certain way a woman got to deal when she's out here. Okay? Read on.
not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array.
Now that's not saying that you can't wear those things. You can't wear gold, costly array, braid your hair a certain way. But it's saying not to make that all about who you are. Hold that. Give me Sirach. What is that? 11 and 2? Yeah, commend not a man for his beauty.
Sirach chapter 11 and verse 2. Commend not a man for his beauty, neither abhor a man for his outward appearance.
Right. So don't judge. Don't always be so quick to judge somebody based off of what they're wearing.
Right.
Your brother or sister might have FUBU shoes on and not have the latest Jordans and phone posits, but that don't mean that you judge them just based off of what they got. You know, because a lot of people do that. I remember hearing all about it. Hey, listen, I used to have some shoes, some G-Forces and some, what was that? FUBUs. I never had the top-notch stuff, and I used to get made fun of it. But the scriptures say you were not to act like that, because that's not showing a certain level of love for your brother, love for your sister. Not to make what you wearing all about who you are. It's more than just what you're wearing. It's about who you are inside, and that's what's right here. That's what the scripture's talking about. Adorn yourself in modest apparel. Yeah, give me that. Proverbs 31:30. Huh? Oh, classes. Yeah, on our flyer, on the back of our, you got a flyer, right? Okay. On our flyer, we have class, and it starts. We usually meet up around 3 o'clock, but the Sabbath service really starts around 6. And what we do, we bring our scriptures in a more calm setting. We bring our scriptures in a more calm setting, and we have our address on here too. It's 111 South Market Street, Benson, NC. It's 30 minutes away from here. That's not far.
So no pants?
Yeah, huh? No. Head covering also. Oh, yeah. Give me that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Give me that head covering. I almost, give me that. Head covering. All right, so now, listen, sisters. Are you in a Greek fraternity?
Sorority.
Sorority? Okay.
Both are.
Huh?
We both are.
You both are? What's the name of the sorority?
Zeta Phi Beta sorority.
Okay. Is that of God? Is that of God? Huh? Think so? No, it's not. It has nothing to do with God.
All right, y'all.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Much love.
Hey, give me Proverbs 28 and 1. There it is. Give me Proverbs 28 and 1. You got that on camera, right? All right.
The book of Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 1. The wicked flee when no man pursues.
Hey, nobody did nobody no harm. But the second you bring out something that gives them pleasure, that sorority, everybody run. That's a damn shame. Read it one more time.
The wicked flee when no man pursues.
So nobody's pursuing nobody, but yeah, you feel the need to run from what the scripture's talking about. It got hot. It got hot. We started bringing out the laws, it got hot. Read on.
What's the 2 say?
But the righteous are bold as a lion.
The righteous stand out here and taste their view like they're supposed to.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.